What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the LFC Transfer Room. And today we've got something very, very special for you. We're previewing Southampton with a man who knows Southampton very, very well. He's a very good friend of mine and Southampton journalist for Prost International, Jacob Tanswell. How are you, mate?
I'm very good. How are you, Chris? I'm looking forward to this. Should be a decent game. And if we can get anything similar to what happened in January when you claimed penalty, then I'll be very, very happy.
Yeah. The more we talk about that, actually, the less we talk about that, the better for me. But yeah, so Jacob covers Southampton regularly, knows the ins and outs, does loads of feature pieces that are top notch. So go check him out. He's at J_Tanswell, which the link will be in the description. So Liverpool versus Southampton, a club connected by many players in the past. First off, mate, what are your feelings for this fixture and what do you think Southampton's chances are?
Well, to be honest with you, Chris, it's an epitome of a free hit. Southampton, you've seen results with Fulham there, and obviously with Southampton gaining a point against Leicester, they're not going to go down now. The best they can really hope for is 12th. And the way Southampton have been playing the last couple of months, it's extremely unlikely they'll get anywhere there. So where they are at the moment is probably where they'll finish. So I think they can go to Anfield under no pressure, under no illusions that this is going to be a tough game. But I think more importantly, it's just going to be about testing the waters for next season. I think Ralph Hasenhüttl has talked about he's going to change the goalkeeper again. I believe Fraser Forster will be back in goal for the Liverpool game. And it's just basically a trial period between now to the end of the season to see who's going to be in the plans, in the squad next year.
Yeah, I think it's a very, very similar situation for Liverpool because obviously the best we can hope for is probably 5th. Which is not something that we thought we'd be saying last time this fixture happened. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a few experiments going on. But realistically, both sides, the game doesn't really matter. We shouldn't really be previewing this like this, but it doesn't really matter. So one connection the club has shared this season is Takumi Minamino, a man who I personally love to bits. He obviously impressed really early on at Southampton. How do you reckon he's got on under Hasenhüttl?
Well, he's only played 489 minutes to the exact minute. But I don't really know. The jury's still out on him. I know he's played, he started 4 or 5 games, I think, but I don't really know what type of player he is. He seems to fill it in and out of games. Obviously, he came out with them 2 goals in his first 2 games, I think, but he didn't really do a whole lot more in them games. I still don't know what you think, Chris, but I still don't know what best position he is. Across that front 4, sometimes he plays false 9, sometimes he plays left wing, right wing. He's not exactly the most, he's not really that quick. He hasn't got, he's not going to one that's going to take a step over, be a defender. But then again, is he the quintessential number 10? I'm not sure. So you know much more about him than me. I've seen him, I've seen every game of his and I still can't work him out. And it's very unlikely that Southampton fans will see him. Yeah,
and obviously you guys didn't. Well, there was no buying clause, so there's no obligation for you guys to actually go out and buy him. So that's probably good news for you lot, to be honest. Considering the amount of games time that he's played. Who will pose the main threat for Southampton? Who's been the main man in form for them in the last few weeks? I know it's been tough going, but who's going to be the main threat for Liverpool?
I think, of course, you've got to watch out for James Ward-Prowse set pieces. Obviously, I've seen Yannick Vestergaard as well. His red card's been overturned. So basically, the Ward-Prowse-Vestergaard dynamic is the only way Southampton score from corners. So I think that's one way to watch. But then I think you've got to think Nathan Teller as well. He's a young lad coming through, and every game he's looking more and more promising. And he is due a goal. He missed one against Leicester last week, and he's missed a few in recent weeks. I think he's one that can really get at that high line of Liverpool.
Yeah. Definitely. And from an opposition perspective, obviously you've seen Liverpool falter at points this season. You saw, as we mentioned, lose 1-0 at St Mary's. Who do you think will pose the biggest threat to Southampton in the game on Saturday?
I think it's going to be Liverpool's midfield, to be honest with you. Southampton are missing Oriol Romeu, who is the ball winner, the one that breaks it up. Southampton play with James Ward-Prowse, and then it'll be either Stuart Armstrong or Diallo. And neither of them can replicate what Oriol Romeu does. So I think I'm kind of fearful that the likes of whoever, Thiago, Wijnaldum, they can really start to cause an overload in them central areas, and they'll just pin Southampton back because Ward-Prowse and Diallo, although they're energetic and they're keen, they aren't exactly the best ball winners and ball turnovers over and over again. So I can see a long afternoon or evening for Southampton.
Yeah, talking about, obviously from an outside perspective, we'd like to see different takes and opinions on this channel. Thiago Alcantara's one. The jury, as you say, the jury's out on Minamino. The jury's very much still out on Thiago for many fans. As a Southampton fan watching on, how do you feel that he's done this season?
Well, it's been difficult, hasn't it, for him, because he basically had no rest between Champions League and then straight to Liverpool. He had a lot, and he's struggled with injuries, I think, hasn't he? But I look at him and I don't know if he fits the way Liverpool play, because I look at him and I think his passing is excellent. The way he passes the ball, caresses it, is just different to most midfielders. But you look at that Liverpool midfield, they're not full of creativity, but they've got energy, they've got legs. And I'm not sure if Thiago has. And can he play further forward when Fabinho sits? Has he got that, does he get the assist? Which, does he create chances in the final third that a player in that number 8 role or in the triangle, needs to? So it's difficult. I'm not sure he's the right fit for Liverpool, but I think he's just a class player. And eventually you like to think class will prevail.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to pose a cheeky question to you now. I'm going to exclude players who are injured. Take 3 Liverpool players that you would have at Southampton and why.
So I can't include injured players?
No injured players, no.
Okay. I'm going to go Nico Williams to start off with. Southampton looked at him in January, and that's why they got Minamino in the end. Ralph rang up Jurgen, said, can we have Williams? He said, no, you can have Minamino. We said, okay, beggars can't be choosers. We'll have that. Southampton need a right back. Allison, can I choose him?
Yeah.
we need a Southampton need a goalkeeper. That's number 1. Forster and McCarthy are very good, but there's always that problem, midway through a season where they think, right, one of them's going to get dropped. And lastly, it's got to be Sadio Mane returning, hasn't it? Got to come back to where his spiritual home, where he really wants to play football, where he enjoyed the football the most.
Yeah, under Big Ronald, and mate, honestly, so that will be the end. And finally, mate, the last question: what's the score going to be? I want a biased one and an honest one.
Biased one, I think Southampton are going to nick it 3-0. And I think, in all honesty, I believe it would probably be 2-1 Liverpool. I see it being tight, but some VAR decision will probably go your way.
Thank you very much, JT, for following. Let us know another reminder of your social medias, mate, where people can find all your stuff.
So you can follow me on Twitter at J_Tanswell, and that is about it.
Yeah, go drop and follow. Some great work going on, and a nominee for the FWA Student Writer of the Year. Is that right?
Yes, it is right. I've had to send in photos of me this morning, so I did a lot of publicity shots, we say, all around my local area. So that was fun.
Amazing, mate. Well, yeah, go vote for Jacob and all that stuff, and we will see you in the next video. Ta-da.